Good morning, everyone. Um, so I woke up today and I looked outside, and the sky was so incredibly clear, and the colors were so bright and luminescent. So I kind of got the feeling that we had a timeline jump, which makes sense because in the past week, with all the eclipses and all the revelations of everything in the dark, a couple days ago, I was feeling the energies, and it felt really dark. It felt really pressing. It felt like we were being pushed down. And then yesterday, the energies lifted. I'm so sensitive to energies. So the energy lifted and it felt light and airy, and I was able to notice nature, and I spent all day with my bluebirds and the crows, and it was beautiful. And then this morning, um, the sky was clear. The colors in the sky were amazing. So I checked in, and we did have a timeline jump. So in the morning meditation, we're just going to anchor this timeline jump, and Jerry's going to call the corners when I cue him. So I want everybody to put their feet firmly on the ground, spine straight, tuck your tummy in just a little bit, swallow your saliva, wiggle a little bit, and take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, and blow it all out. Do it one more time. Breathe in the light. Can everybody just mute yourselves right now? Jerry, can you mute yourself, please? And why don't we do one more breath? In through the nose, and out through the nose. All right. So we are present in this fresh new timeline, and we anchor clarity, lightness, and love into ourselves, Mother Earth, and the collective. So I want you to say that with me in your hearts. We are present in this fresh new timeline. We anchor clarity, lightness, and love into ourselves, Mother Earth, and the collective. And now, Jerry, you can unmute yourself and call in the corners if you can.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Marsh. All right, so we now call upon the East guardians, winds of new breath, carry fresh ideas and clear insight, inspire us to dream a thriving new earth. Guardians of the South, flames of life, ignite the joy of creation and the warmth of community. Burn bright in our abundant earth. To the west, sunset, renewal, guardians of the west, waters of flow, cleanse away the old and nourish the new. Teach us to adapt, to trust, and to heal. To the north, guardians of the stones and bones, anchor this vision deep into the soil and root. May abundance endure for generations. I call forth a world of balance and beauty, a planet where soil is rich, waters are pure, air is clean, and all beings flourish. And so it is.
Now we're going to sit comfortably with our feet on the earth and closing our eyes. Breathe in for 4, hold for 2, and exhale for 6. I'll count you through it. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last time. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now breathe normally and feel your body softening and your field expanding into freshness. Visualize roots coming from your root chakra down into the earth, going down through the soil, past the rocks and the clay, connecting to the core of Mother Earth, and feel her greet you. Feel that magnetic connection and that love and recognition. You have always been one with Mother Earth. Now bring your awareness up to your crown and visualize a cool crystalline column of light descending from above, entering your crown and filling your heart. Visualize this light going through your spine and out through your feet and into the soil. You are the anchor between heaven and earth. You are where heaven and earth meet. Now say with me, we choose this lighter timeline. We anchor clarity, ease, and love. Say that with me 2 more times. We choose this higher timeline. We anchor clarity, ease, and love, and abundance, and unity, and compassion. One more time. We choose this higher timeline. We anchor clarity, ease, and love, abundance, unity, and compassion. As each voice adds to the field, notice the collective column of light growing stronger and weaving you all together. Now see this light from your heart and send it into the earth, seeing it flowing into the rivers, the mountains, forests, and oceans. See this light nourishing all the animals, all the birds, and all of humanity in this lighter energy, this pure frequency of love, compassion, unity, abundance, the frequency of the new earth. See this light ripple through the collective field, touching every being with clarity and gentle upliftment, and say within, as I rise lighter, so does the world. As I rise lighter, so does the world. One more time. As I rise lighter, so does the world. As the earth clears, so too do we. As the earth clears, so too do we. One more time. As the earth clears, so too do we. Now take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Feel your body in the earth beneath you, the sky above. Wiggle your toes and come back gently, carrying this anchor in with you throughout your day. And say with me now, it is done, it is sealed, and thank you, with so much gratitude and love. Come back when you're ready.
That was awesome. You know, it's not so much about people think sometimes that these little subtle things don't do much, but in fact, they have the most power. Is for us to stand in the power of knowing who we are, and it's not about doing anything super duper fancy. It's about our intention. And so, if there's people out there watching this, it's just the intention of doing things repetitiously is a ritual. And so if we're doing this every day with the intention of anchoring in a new era, then so it is. So don't ever think that these subtle meditations aren't doing anything. They're doing lots.
I think even just with the emotions that we carry, like if we really embody and align with love and abundance, it does way more than people think it does, right? If we are in fear, anger, or chaos, it really goes out to the collective and adds to the collective energy. So on the opposite end, if we align, it's like you can feel it. When you say in your heart, I align with abundance, you literally feel a shift within your energy. It is amazing. Like, we are so powerful, and that's what we forgot, right? We were made to forget that. So this is just along the lines of remembering. So yesterday, switching gears, we had some news come out on autism. And I didn't watch the whole thing. I just kind of listened to a little bit of it. But I know that they said that Tylenol during pregnancy, acetaminophen during pregnancy or early years can cause the autism. So I was wondering if you guys wanted to pull cards on that. Maybe ask the cards, see what the cards want to say around, are they holding anything back? Because I also know that they were talking about vaccines and how there are too much too early with the mercury and something else that was in there, and why is it in there? So it sounds like there is more to come. So let's pull cards on that.
Okay, well, if you want, I can go first on this. So just remind everybody, we are magic. We are the magicians, okay? Let's just get that straight right away. And yeah, there's a victory going on right now because we are beginning to see things for what they truly are. And it's all the things that were hidden are being exposed right now. In the future, here, near future, yes, people are going to discover maybe giving kids, all the chemicals, whether it's being put in through a needle or food system is just destroying them. But the good news is that if we can take the time to look and not be in an avoidance, because it's not going to be easy to, nobody wants to know that they're poisoning their kids, right? But you have to be able to face the facts, right? And so it's about moving in a different direction here with the swans. So there's still going to be some resistance, of course. There's going to be people still in resistance to a lot of this information. But you know what? We're in a new paradigm, so they have to change. We have to change.
Anybody else wanna come in?
I
So
got
this is a new world that's happening. There's the world card. So something here, the revelation of the vaccine is going to change a lot and begin a lot of new stuff happening, a new time, a new way of being. Presently, the Ten of Rods. So it's an ending of all the old script, and now we're going to have a new world that will happen. And my last card I pulled was the Lovers, so that sounds like we're heading for a positive once all these false ideas are being revealed. There's going to be a lot of more love and joy on the earth.
Exactly what we're calling in. That's beautiful. Did anybody else want to say anything?
I pulled the Seven of Swords. And so most of the battle's over because the Five Swords are being carried away, but there's still work to be done. It's the possibilities card. So care needs to be taken right now so that the job that we're discussing, which is full reveal of information, can be completed positively, which possibly explains why it's going so slowly. And then for a clarifier, I got the Nine of Pentacles, which is a culmination card, and it's a card of beauty and bounty, with a woman standing in the middle of a vineyard, basically surrounded by everything ripe and coming to full culmination. It's success, well-being, so good things will ultimately come from this decision of the slow drip of information.
It does feel like a slow drip of information. It does feel intuitively that it's just a teeny tiny bit that's being released right now, and then more will be revealed. Does anybody else want to say anything? Thank you.
What I'm picking up on is it has to come in little dribs and drabs, because if it's a complete revelation, then we'll have turmoil with the public. So it has to be fed little bits and pieces.
That's exactly what my intuition is telling me for sure. So I got the Strength card, which was the first card, and this was done in so much strength. There's no more pussyfooting around anymore. It's like, we're gonna do this, and yes, we're gonna do this cautiously in drips and drabs. The King of Wands also came out, so he is like the fire. So the Strength and the King of Wands together is very powerful. But what's holding us back is a little bit of greed and a little bit of like the fear, I guess it is, the fear of like worldwide revolt if everything was released all at once. Because they feel like this is humanity, the Eight of Swords, that we can't handle the truth and we're being bound and we're being masked and we can't see, which is like absolutely what's happening, but at least it's coming to a kind of turning point. And the Seven of Pentacles is what we're going into. Now it's not going to be full on Ace of Pentacles or anything like that, but it is starting. So this is like a couple steps past the choice point, I feel. And at the back of the deck is the Judgment card. So everybody has a choice point, and I feel like, everybody has that choice to make within themselves how they're going to take this. So we'll see what happens with it. Do you guys want to pull any more questions around the release of this information? Any other things? I think we touched on, is there more to come? Is there more hidden?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, we could also pivot too, if you want. It's up to you what you want to do. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be, like Salish said, there's just going to be a continuation of exposure, and it's important to recognize it, but at the same time, we don't have to, we all know pretty much what's going on without all that action, right? But I would love to talk about the kind of the subject that Salish brought up yesterday, a little bit of the visitors, if that's okay, Marcia.
This is not me. This is a group effort, so stop it. Yes, absolutely. We can.
Okay, well, I sent you a video a little bit, and I think you already know a bit about what the subject is going to be about, so I'll just kind of give an overview. So there's a lot of information about the Annunaki, which is those that came from outer space and came to Earth, and there's lots of speculation that that there's a rulership change right now, and that there's a lot of the Anunnaki have lived they can live up to 1 million years, and they experience time a lot different than we do. And I think we're ancestors of them as well. They were the giants as well. They kind of messed up their planet. Well, one of the planets we messed up, I guess we could say, which was the asteroid belt. And I think that's the Superman story, where they blew up their planet, and then some of them came to Earth, some of them went to the moon, that sort of thing, right? And they kind of fight amongst each other, kind of like what we do. Everything that they do is kind of like above and so below. So a lot of their neuroticness, we actually have them. So they actually are ancestral as well. There's a lot of dysfunctionality within their kingdom, and they fight over areas. Some of them, one of the siblings, they get a different countries, and that's where all the different religions come from. It's just one of their children run the country, and they run the religion, and they love to be worshipped, so they love worship. So the two main brothers, Enki and Enlil, those are two names that a lot of people are somewhat familiar with. Enlil is not really a big fan of humanity, and wants to keep humanity as primitive workers. Where Enki is the geneticist, that helped hybridize the human species, upgraded us just enough so that we could be, just smart enough to run the machinery and do the work, and passively take all the things that go with it. Because that was about 500,000 years ago, that when they came here, the Anunnaki, and then they created the primitive worker, us, about 150 to 200,000 years ago, after there was a revolt, because a lot of their own Anunnaki did not want to mine the gold, because it's all about the gold. And the gold is a very valuable resource for them to heal themselves and the planet, that they're Nibiru, that they have. But right now there is a guard change, and that's why we're seeing so much turmoil in the world. Far as I know, or far as I understand, the Russian Council is working with, maybe you could say, the newer forces that are coming in. And so they're really a threat to the rest of the establishment, is Russia. So that's why if you're always seeing them bash Russia, it's because they know that there's new change of guard coming. And so Enki's more about the unity. It's more about he's more the all-loving God in the Bible. He's the New Testament, you could say. So, and the Anu, the head emperor, the father of the two brothers, Enki and Enlil, he gives them each turn to run Earth. And it's just over 2,000-ish years, which you can kind of do the math yourself and some of the resets. But yeah, you'll see that it'll start making more sense to you when you start putting those two together like that. But I'll leave it at that.
So what is it that you want to pull cards on with the histories, the hidden histories?
Yeah, we could ask the cards what they want to show us in regards to how things are shaping up right now, and what the cards want to show us how that's going to look for the next little while with the change of rulership.
So are you thinking that the 2,000 years, that there's going to be a change of guard right now between the brothers?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good way of saying it. Is there a change of guard from the Enlil rulership to the Enki rulership?
If you just look at the like what's been happening over the past 2,000 years, I mean, it's been crazy. So maybe there's a change of guard with the nicer brother. I don't know a lot about this story, so excuse my words, but with the nicer brother, maybe he's coming into power.
Yeah, I think they're half brothers. Like the one brother has some different genetics, and some people get their nose bent out of shape because they find out there's some reptilian in there. It's not like all reptilians are bad, just like not all humans are bad. It's just so
So which
yeah,
one's reptilian?
yeah, exactly. But yeah, give me a second here. I'll just mute myself while I shuffle.
Does anybody want to ping in with this story? No takers?
I'm not too familiar with what just Jerry said, so just digesting it at the moment.
I think he's saying that there's we've all heard of the story where the Anunnaki came
Yeah.
in to gold, and then they wanted to mine gold, and that's why they built this humanity. They made us to be the slaves to do the work. And then there was a good brother and a bad brother. I always get them mixed up. But that's new information that Jerry was saying, was that the father was giving each brother a turn at rulership. So that kind of resonates a little bit with me. Yeah, I did shuffle, Jerry, and there was cards flying out. So after your reading, I can tell you my cards that came flying out.
Well, it does look like I'll put my hand right there. So it does look like we're moving in a different direction for sure. And it does look like their party is ending. The Enlil party is ending, and it does look like there's going to be a new king, we could say. Yeah, it's pretty interesting here, and it is part of the big family. So there is the component of their reign, but it does look like their reign is over. It does look like there's and the new kids are on the block, and that would
So
be awesome.
when you say that the reign is over, are you talking about like the kind of nastier ones, not the unity and love one?
Yeah, I just don't think that they're going to be able to perform the same psychological tactics on humanity. Well, there will be there's a certain amount of people that if they're not conscious aware, then they're not going to make the right choices. They're going to, let's be real. People are walking around, taking their dog for a walk, and they got their cell phone. They're looking at their cell phone. So they're basically being ran by AI. they're like call them NPCs if you want, but they just don't have any ability to discern for themselves. So everything that they believe and that they will take for themselves will always be what the masses are consuming. So there is basically a splitting. That's what's happening. There's a splitting. People that can perceive through the illusion are going to be guided in a different direction. And do you really want to go to a world that's like this? No, we want to create a world that is more to what our values represent. So yeah, it's a choice point.
Still a choice point.
Yeah.
Really plays into what I felt this morning about the timeline shift as well. So check this out. On the bottom of the deck is the King of Swords.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Excellent.
So
Excellent.
that is, and just like it is aspecting really great cards. I got 2 aces, 9 of cups, and 7 of pentacles. So besides, the first card I picked was the Ace of Pentacles.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So the Ace
Yeah.
of Pentacles is like total abundance. It's a beautiful card. It's pretty much, to me, it represents where we're going, the new earth, unity, abundance, compassion. And the 9 of Cups is like the celebrating. Job well done, look back, right? So a timeline shift for sure, change the guard for sure.
Yeah, you could also say new leadership too, right? Because that's a number 1, right?
Yeah. Ace of Pentacles, number 1. Well, there's
Yeah.
2 of them too. So then the 7 of Pentacles is more along the lines of like looking back on the harvest and just like we're really going into a really great new world. Like for sure, this is what I feel in my heart. And then the Ace of Cups, that is a really nice card for like it just kind of feels that we're going to step away from all the fear, step away from all the anger, and step away from all like the division and the separation, right? Like that card represents to more going within our heart, going and seeing within our heart. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we can't shift out of fear, that's basically going to create a lot of havoc in the body. Whenever there's anxiety and stress, it's immobilizing for the body. It's really something that has to be addressed is calmness and relaxation and being in a nice meditative state. Always walking around in a meditative state doesn't mean you're zonked out. It just means that you're aware and that you have ownership over your emotions, and you're not triggered by every single thing that comes around that's not to your liking.
So let's share a tool. Let's end with this. Let's share some tools that we have that will help people stay within their parasympathetic nervous system, their calm, to help. I'm getting goosebumps. To help us
Yes.
navigate these energies. So, what do you do to help stay calm?
Oh, that's a really good idea. I love that. Well, I would say the best thing a person can do is when they rise up in the morning, don't check your cell phone. Put the phone is not your friend. Your friend is sitting outside there, rising in the east. It's out there giving us nourishment, giving us warmth, giving us everything we need. So become a sun worshiper, go out and put your feet out on the grass and just be grateful. And that's not really much of an exercise. That's just something that we should be doing all the time. I'll let you give an exercise, Marsha.
I always bring it back to the breath. So there's a whole bunch of pranayama breath techniques that we can use. And just little things, right? Like making your exhale longer will activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Not breathing out of your mouth, but just inhaling and exhaling out of your nose. Like little things, little habit changes that you can make and make habitual and change that habit. So breathing out of your nose, making your exhale a little bit longer will get you into the parasympathetic, away from the fight and flight. and into the calm. What else do I do?
Well, why that's so, I'll give you a time to reestablish what you were thinking about, but why that's so important too is because what Marcia's saying is the breath work is so important because that's your electricity. We live in a electrical universe, so the breath is crucial to have good breathing technique. So thanks for that, Marcia.
Yeah, and again, like your body is just so amazing. Through my journey, I've picked up a couple tools that really help me. Put your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Stop your thoughts. Open your mouth slightly. Relax your tongue. Stop your thoughts. All these fingers are connected to elements, to earth, water, fire, air, spirit. So to stop the fiery thoughts, to stop like your ruminating thoughts, put your two first fingers down to the base of your thumb. I mean, you can do it now and you can feel the effects of it now. And so it's amazing.
Okay, I guess we're gonna end it here pretty quick here. Maybe our next one we can get into some more solution-oriented advice along the herbs and stuff, up the potency of herbs.
I was just thinking about that. Chamomile
Yeah,
tea. Mm-hmm.
cool. All right, peace out.
So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Again, if you have any questions or any questions you want us to pull tarot on, feel free to messenger me on Facebook with the same handle. And then we will pull tarot on that. We also have energy healers, and we have a whole bunch of tools that can help people navigate this kind of energies. We'll just put it like that. But thanks for watching.